Alright, so today I'm gonna talk about something that's a little bit more personal, some shit that I actually went through that made me who I am today. So, when I was younger, I had a bad reading disability. Like I was having trouble, and I couldn't catch on to shit. I couldn't. And so, every time I would go home, my parents wouldn't understand why I couldn't catch the shit. Shit, I didn't know either. Shit, I'm in the second grade. So they couldn't understand why I couldn't catch it. I didn't know, and so they would think that I was always playing around. And I wasn't. I really couldn't catch it. Like when I couldn't catch something, I would slowly fall asleep because it would aggravate me. Until I remember one day specifically, I had a teacher, my second grade teacher. She was the best. She caught on when she realized that every time it was time for us to start reading, I would struggle. I would struggle real hard. And I kept falling asleep in class. I constantly kept falling asleep in class until one day she got tired of me falling asleep in class. She walked over to me and I had my arms in my shirt. And she just walked over to me and next thing you know, whoop, she just pulled my whole shirt off. I woke up real fast and I was mad. I was so upset. But she got tired of me falling asleep. And when she realized that I kept, every time I would go to sleep is when it came down to starting to read, she did a parent-teacher conference with my mother and my father. And they started talking. And she bluntly told me, she said, I think he has a learning disability. I think he's having trouble, serious trouble with his reading. And so what happened was they took me to go get tested. They wanted to go make sure that, they just wanted to be sure that that ain't the case. So when they took me, that was the case. I was having trouble, like I said, with my reading. It was like I couldn't understand some things. And so when they caught on to it, both my parents felt like assholes. Because like, shit you not, like I said, they kept thinking that I was always playing around. They always thought that I was joking around, playing around, and I just didn't want to do the work. Not knowing that I really couldn't understand what I was looking at. I would pronounce it so badly that it would come out wrong. And so when they figured out that, oh damn, my baby got a disability, he has a reading disability, they was like, oh shit, now you're saying sorry. Well, I'm a kid, so I'm not really understanding, but I'm going to take everything I can get. So, after they found out, they went to my teacher. They told her, you was right. How did you realize? How did you know? And she was like, well, I realized he just keeps falling asleep and when it comes down to the reading portion. Every time he would start, and he would start falling asleep. And so they was like, well, thank you. And she was like, I do tutoring. So, you want me to? I will tutor him. And she did. Now this is my second grade teacher. She tutored me all the way up until about 2-3 years, because it was like the more older I got, the more I started picking up, the more I started catching. And like she was always there to help me. She helped me. I mean, she basically, this is one of my guardian angels. She saved the boy. And so after a while, I got it. Got to my reading came on point. Got it. Cool. But I still needed some help every now and then. Not with my reading, but it was the fact that, like I said, I had a learning disability. I couldn't catch on to certain things. And so over time, as I'm in school, like I said, I didn't move. Now my family, we didn't move. I didn't move. My parents, they didn't separate, and we moved on to our separate locations. So with my mom in school I'm going to, over time, I got people constantly telling me in my ear because they realize that I'm having trouble sometimes. Always talking trash about me, constantly talking trash about me. You ain't gonna never make it if you don't catch up. You ain't gonna never graduate if you don't do this. You ain't gonna never do. They was just down on me constantly, calling me retarded and everything. Like for real, people was like just downing me. And so over time, I ain't gonna lie, at a point in time, I damn near wanted to give up. I ain't gonna lie, I did. I was like, fuck this. I ain't gotta graduate. I go to the army. I don't even care no more. And it was like, I really almost gave up. I ain't gonna lie. But then I realized something. Why will I give up because other people are talking trash about me? People gonna talk trash about me all day. I don't care. People gonna talk trash about me for the rest of my life. It's a normal thing. And when I finally realized that situation, I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm about to get it. And so, all the way to middle school, I pushed forward. I pushed. Now when I got into high school, oh, high school was horrible. High school was horrible. I ain't gonna lie. I was falling behind every now and then because this is a whole nother ball game. I'm struggling. But luckily, I had my family behind me, and they was always helping me out. And then, like I said, I had my second grade teacher who was like another mother to me. Her family was always behind me to help me out. And every time I would need some help, if I could, I would call her and she would help me out. And so I started getting back up. Ninth grade went by, passed, boom. 10th grade went by, struggled a little bit. I barely failed, but I passed by like a thread. Boom. 11th grade went by. I'm getting it now. I ain't got the concept of things. I'm doing my work. I'm doing what I got to do. But at the same time, since I still struggle a little bit, I'm hearing people that I know that I'm around every day talk trash about me. Talking about, damn, bro, you gonna fail if you don't pick that shit up. You gonna fail, bro. You ain't gonna graduate. You ain't gonna go to college. You ain't gonna make it. Shit, your ass gonna be back here another year. And I'm just listening to him like, all right, you right. Because like I said, I didn't get into the concept that people gonna talk about me. It does not matter. It don't care who you are. It don't care where you at. It don't care what you're going through. People are going to talk about you. It doesn't matter. And so all my 11th grade year, I pushed to the point where when it came to my 12th grade year, I had extra credits. Like I pushed myself so hard, I ended up having extra credits. So I was able to leave school early and do things, do other stuff. And that was one of the benefits of me pushing so hard. Now, 12th grade year, this is where it became hard. Because now I'm in my senior year of school. I'm older. I'm smarter. But at the same time, I know I still got some problems. I still need help every now and then. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna have to really work this year. But at the same time as me working in school, I had to work to help around the house. I had to get a job. Now here you go. Before school started, I started working at Walmart, and I'm working night shifts. At the same time as I'm working the night shift, I'm going to school and playing football. And so I'm tired and exhausted. I'm working from 7 at night till about 5 in the morning. After I get off work, go home, I get clean, don't even eat. I pass the hell out because within the next hour, I gotta go to school. And then I'm in school for like half the day, so I would get out a little early, but then I would have to still go back because I had football practice. And right after football practice, I would go home, get cleaned up, try to eat something, sleep for a little bit, go to work. I did that shit for about 6 months straight. Yeah, I did that for 6 months. And I started falling behind again because my mind was gone. I'm doing 3 different things that's completely draining me out. And the reason why I was doing it, I was doing the working situation, because like I said, I'm trying to help around the house to help my father. Because, I mean, I'm the oldest son. And at that time, my father already had the household, me and my brother. And at the time, I think my uncle came to visit us. So he was already doing what he had to do to try to make sure everything he kept up his household. So I was like, you know what, let me help him out, take some of the stress off of him, because I'm his eldest son. It's my job to try to at least help my father out. Same thing when I went with my mama. And so, like I said, my mind was I was mentally screwed, because I'm like, damn, I'm exhausted. Now I'm falling behind again because like I can't catch it, and at the same time as me not catching what I need to know, I can't focus because I'm dying off. And so I was like, you know what, I can't do this no more. So I let go of the job. My father understood. He didn't give me no hassle about it. He understood. And so I started focusing back in school. And so right before school was about to end for us, our senior year, everybody, like I said, I still had people talking trash about me, especially at the time when I was working. People was really down on me. They didn't know that they didn't know I'm working a full job, but they was down on me hardcore. And so I'm not really listening to that shit. I'm not worried about it because, I mean, y'all don't know. And so it comes to that point where we gotta take our a test, our last test we had to take. That tax test, whatever it's called, whatever they called it now. And so I know I didn't catch everything, but at the same time I was working hard as hell to try to understand a lot of shit. And so I bust my ass through all 4 tests. And like I said, the one that I had trouble with the most, really the 2 of them I had trouble with the most, was my goddamn math and my reading and writing. But when I got my results back, everything was cool. My math was cool. My science and my history, all that was cool. Boom, got it. So I'm waiting for the reading and writing results. In my head, I'm like, well, I know I passed because, well, shit, I bust my ass. Even though I struggled some, I bust my ass. So I know I passed. I'm good. I did it. And next thing, I had this one teacher. She didn't like me. I know she didn't like me because we always got into an argument. I mean, we constantly got into an argument. Every time I would be doing something, she would always come and mess with me. I mean, constantly. And so the teacher that I'm talking about, she the one who had to give me my results. And so when she came to me, she was like, well, you didn't pass. You failed. And I thought she was joking around. I was like, you playing around. She was like, no, I'm dead serious. You failed. But I asked her to show me results. And she did not show me results. She just kept it as I failed. And I'm like, okay, well, that's fucked up. I mean, I worked really hard for this shit. Like, and you just bluntly telling me that I failed. I mean, I'm crying now because I got this teacher who don't like me, bluntly telling me to my face with no remorse in her eyes or in her heart. You can tell that I failed. And now I gotta go home, tell my mama. Then I gotta go home, tell my father. Then call my mama and tell my mama. I gotta break this news to my parents who have been struggling, who's been trying to motivate me. And I had to tell my 2nd grade teacher too. I had to tell her. And it's like, I gotta break this horrible news. People like, well, damn, I didn't pass. I'm not graduating. I'm not gonna walk. And so my mom and my father called the parent-teacher conference because it was like, well, what is it that what's gonna happen now? Since I'm already hurt, so I don't really know because I didn't get that far in asking this woman anything. She already hurt my feelings completely. So they called the parent-teacher conference, and 3 weeks go by, they have the meeting. I'm sitting between my mom and my father. My mother started talking, asking them this and that and that, and then my father started talking, and he asked me, he was like, well, what's about to happen to him since he didn't pass? What's gonna happen? Is there any course he can take? And so my mom asked the same thing. She was like, well, yeah, he has a point. Is there any course that he can take? Because this is his last year. He can't be sitting here again. He's gonna be a grown man. This is his last year. We need to know what we can do to get him out of here. And so when they was asking him, I'm tearing up because I'm like, this is like a horrible feeling. I'm watching my parents damn near try to find a way to help me make it out of school. And I know I've been busting my ass. And so I'm hurt. My feelings is completely hurt. And so this is what happened. The principal at the time, cool dude. He was a cool dude. And then it was 2 principals, the woman who gave me my results, and one of my teachers. My reading teacher. Actually, yeah, it was my reading teacher. And my reading teacher was talking about, what are y'all talking about? And so my father was like, well, yes, she told my son that he's not going to graduate. He failed. And my reading teacher was like, that don't sound right to me. And so she asked the principal, she was like, well, can you go get the test results, please? And so when he went to go get them, he came back and he was looking at the test results, and the face that he was making was making me even feel worse because I wasn't sure if that was a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just like, damn, is it that bad? And so he gave it to the teacher, and she was looking over it, and she was like, she looked up at all of us, and she was like, he didn't fail. And when she said that, I looked at her, and I'm like, what? And my teacher said, you didn't fail, so who told you this? And I was like, Miss So-and-so told me that I didn't pass. She told me that I failed and that I wasn't graduating. And so it was like, that's not right. And so I was like, can I see that please? And can you explain it to me? And so she showed me the paperwork, and she showed me the test scores, and she was like, this is what you needed to make, and this is what you did make. And so I was like, so which one is the English one? She was like, this is the English one. And she was like, you passed. You passed with a 95%. And I was like, you serious? And so when I actually started believing the fact that she was dead serious, I started crying. Because I'm like, first off, why would this woman do that to me? Like, why would she say that shit? Why would she try to make it seem like, why would she make it seem like I failed? But then it was like, I was like, you know what, fuck all that. I'm crying. I'm good. I'm crying because it's like, now, all that hard work that I did paid off. I'm graduating. I'm happy as hell. My father happy. He tearing up. My mama tearing up too. Because all the struggle and the time and effort that they had to put into me wasn't for nothing. And so, after we finish the meeting, we leave. I call my second grade teacher. I tell her, I'm like, Mama, I passed. I'm graduating. I passed. I did it. And she congratulated me and everything. I called my grandmothers. Then I told some of my closest brothers, my friends, like my brothers and my sisters, that I did it. I graduated. I'm walking. And so because school, it was like we had another 1 more week of school. That last week of school was like within the last 3 days from my class, I'm at football practice, and they had some niggas that I know who was talking shit. They were always talking shit. They was in there, and they was talking about what school they going to and shit, and what they gonna do. And so I was like, that's what's up. That's cool. Cause I mean, I'm not gonna hate on nobody. Whatever you do with your life is what you do with your life. I'm not gonna hate none of that shit because I ain't put here for that. And so they was like, well, shit, nigga, so what you plan on doing? You just gonna go work? Cause they was like, I heard you didn't pass. I was like, nah, I passed. I'm graduating with y'all. I'm walking. They was like, real? I was like, yeah. They was like, what you gonna do? I said, well, shit, I'm gonna go to LIT and go get me a trade and go make this money. I mean, I passed, so I can go do what I want now. And sure enough, went to LIT and went for welding, and I had to bust my ass because that shit was even harder. Because as I was in school for welding, I had classmates, because that's a whole nother field. I had classmates who was talking shit always, and I ain't never welded in my whole entire life. But I had classmates who knew what they was doing. They grew up welding. They fathers was a welder, grandfather was a welder, had welding equipment at their household and everything. And so now I know I'm at the bottom of the totem pole because I ain't never did this before, and I couldn't understand shit. And they, sure enough, was talking trash about me because sometimes when I would try to understand it, I couldn't understand it. I would have to ask my teacher for help. I mean, supreme help. And sometimes he would be like, damn, and then sometimes he'd be like, all right, I got you, and he'll come help me out. And sure enough, I damn near missed my final because I was studying so hard the day for the final that I overslept 2 hours because I was that motivated and that determined to graduate and prove that them motherfuckers wrong too. I overslept, and when I finally woke up, I ran across the street, ran to the school. I got to the school. Everybody gone. Teacher cleaning up. And he looks at me. He was like, you know you're late, right? I'm like, man, I'm so sorry. Can you please give me a chance? Please give me a chance. And he was like, you really want to take this test, don't you? I was like, man, honestly, sir, I really do. Like, I need to graduate. I can't be sitting here for I can't sit here for a whole year and not go home with anything. I bust my ass for this. And so he was like, you know what? I understand. All right, cool. Sit down. And he gave me a chance. He let me take the test. I was an idiot though at the time because I was like, if you don't mind, can I study? Or can I get like 5 or 10 minutes of study, please? And he looked at me. He said, "You fucking serious? You had already missed 2 hours. You are so late. I should make you go home." I was like, you know what? Say no more. And so I was like, shit. That's all you gotta tell me. And so I sat down, took the test. It took about 2 weeks before we got the results back. And so when we got the results back, he would call us in one by one and give us our test results. And I was the last one to get my test results because I was the last one to take my test. My shit went out last to wherever they sent it to. And so for the paper part, he called me in there and he was like, "Well, you know that I should have made you go home." I was like, "I understand." He was like, "Well, honey, these are your test results. This is what you made. This is what you should have made. And this is what, if you didn't make, you was going to fail." And he was like, you are right in the middle. You passed. I was like, whoo, thank you. I was so goddamn happy. I shook his hand. And I was like, thank you. Whoo, God made it. He was like, "You're not done yet. You forgot. You still got to go do the welding portion of the test." I was like, fuck. And so I was like, shit, all right. We get 3 chances we had got 3 chances for each test. It was the plate test and the pipe test. And for both of those, it was the stick and MIG and TIG. Not TIG. Flux core and MIG and stick for those 2 tests. And for each one, there was a bend. Each one had a bend test to it. It was a lot of shit to it, trust me. And so for the plate, that shit was a piece of cake for me. That was a cakewalk. The plate test was easy for me. But the pipe, I had to do the pipe twice before I passed that last time. My 3rd one, I passed. And then when I tell you, I was so goddamn happy that I passed because now I did 2 things that people had already told me that I was never going to do. 1, I was never going to graduate and walk across that stage. 2, I was never going to go to school and graduate. And sure enough, I did it. I was so damn happy. My parents were so damn happy, and my grandmother, my whole family. And that's something that just, if you work for, you can do it. That's all it is to it. And so, shit, turned out for me, I done graduated 3 times. School, and then with trade school, and another trade school. I got what? My CDL, my welding license, my City of Houston license, my tow truck license. What else I got? It was another one. It's another one. I can't remember what else. I can't remember the other one. But basically, long story short for this video, people are going to talk down on you. People are going to talk trash about you, and they're going to try to bring you down. It don't matter what the situation is. Don't let what they say discourage you to the point where you give up on yourself. Because if you give up on yourself, you will never find out what you're really capable of. You will never. Because you ain't going to have no motivation to do it at all. If you want to do something, do it. If you want to be something, be it. Don't take the easy way out. If you want to achieve something in life that you really want, you need to bust your ass and work for it. Because for me, I had people constantly downing me, teasing me, and telling me I would never be this, never be that, and I'm never going to make it. At a moment, I almost gave up, but I realized if I bust my ass, I'm going to get what I want. And I bust my ass. And to this day, I constantly bust my ass. So don't give up. Stay motivated and don't let people bring you down. That's the whole point of the story. If you like this video, share it, comment on it. I want to see what y'all think and what y'all have to say. Y'all be safe out here. Thank y'all. Y'all have a nice day. Love y'all.